everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my Stamp studio. We are just a couple of days away now from this catalog being released. So before I get going on today's super cute card, let me just catch you up on a couple of things. First, fingers crossed that this video has posted on Friday. If it has, it's the last day that you can sign up for my Try It class. I don't anticipate it filling before then. I was a little generous on the number of packets because I was crossing my fingers for a sign-up special in May, and we do have one, and I'll tell you about that. But my Try It class, if you have your catalog and you have a huge long list and you're like, oh, if I could only see and feel and touch this stuff in real life and not just look at it on paper, then the Try It class is for you, because we will be doing these 10 cards. 4 of them are completely finished, and I really wish I could show you this one right here, because it's the set that I'm using today, the suite I'm using today. But we use 10 papers, 10 different new embellishments, 10, I don't think there's 10 ribbons. I haven't exactly put all the ribbons on here because my mock-up cards look like this, where it's, these are the number of pieces of paper. It's old celebration paper, so I kind of do them like that. But we use new things. There'll be new folders. I don't think there's a new punch, because if you've got your catalog, you've seen that the punches had an option for dies or punches. And with the die that we'll use, you get 3 of. So it's a lot faster when you're cutting hundreds of something if you have 3 dies as opposed to punching out 100 things. But we'll use new die cuts, new folders. You can see the new folder right here on that. Oh, there's 2 folders on both of those cards have folders. So it's the last day to sign up. Or if you join my team, as a perk of being on my team, all of my team members that are direct to me get access to all of my video tutorials, always on our Facebook page. You have to have a Facebook so you can access them on there, but I post all of them. With Try It, they can also get the stuff sent to them at no charge. So that's a perk. Starting May 1st, there are 2 ways that you can get the new inks. One is join my team. If you go to my website or you're on my email list, you will see the joining special that starts May 1st. And then and I'm fully aware that not everybody wants to be a demonstrator. That's fine. So I'm taking care of you all too. If you buy the 5 new in colors, I'm going to send you the beige one for free. And I will have other catalog kickoff specials. I always have monthly specials as well. So check that out. And here is, when you do the Try It class, we walk through the catalog together. I will have a catalog walkthrough video that's a little bit different on May 1st. So check my channel on May 1st for that one. I can show you the inside. For Try It class, you get a video for each project, and then you also get this PDF that has complete instructions, photos. This is what you can then use in the future to recreate projects. If you go watch this video that's on my channel, I take a past Try It class project, so you get to see it and show you how I used the fun fold for that. And then if you go watch this video, this is one of our Try It class projects, and you can learn more about the class there. So you have till Friday, or you can join my team on the 1st. As far as getting a free packet, if you join my team, those are limited. So I made a few extra, and once they're gone, they're gone. So today we are using a mega suite. It has 2 stamp sets. It has 2 papers, I think. Can't open the catalog, but I think there's 2 papers. There's 2 dies. There are embellishments. I'm doing a mix and match, but I am using the 2 stamp bundles. I'm not using the paper or the embellishments that go with. So it's really pretty. The Unbounded Love has fabulous frames. I can't show them all to you, because if you would have seen that whole card that we're doing in Try It class, there's a 10 of the frames on that card. I think I have 6 of them on that card. So those are, I think they're almost all cut downstairs. My husband has a couple more to go. He does all of my die cutting. And then the sentiments that you get, of course, they're always bigger. I'll show them to you here than what they are on the cover. Some really nice words on here. I think today I'm using You Are a True Blessing, but there's pieces that fit together. And then the stamp set, really, really pretty floral. And we are going to use some of those today. So here's this one, and then here again, you can see the frames with the words. Super pretty. You will get a lot of use out of that. So let's go on today's card. I do have the dies here, but so many of them are missing, I'm not going to even take the time to open them up. We're gonna do a really light color combination for this card. I was kind of inspired by one of the samples. So when you open your catalog to this suite page, I love the way they did suites. They're all in the same place in the catalog, and most of them have like a giant 2-page spread with lots of samples. And then you can see all of the suite components next to it. So I'm going to do vanilla. This is where the inspiration came from, the color combination. I love to do mixed neutrals. I almost added beige to it as well, but I ended up doing smoky slate because I have a ton of cards and I was trying not to use things on more than one card, because then I start filming and I'm like, that's missing because it's somewhere else. So let's do our stamping and die cutting first, and then we'll do some of the coloring. So I just have some scraps of vanilla, and I'm going to use smoky slate to kind of help keep the color light. So I'm going to stamp my flowers on here. I just put them all on one block. It makes it a little faster, especially if you're doing multiples of cards. So put these all on here. And then we have the little words. I'm going to put these on here. So then to cut this stuff out, these have their shapes. I'm going to use a little circle because we didn't use that, so it was still in my die set for this. Then I have this really pretty set of leaves. And then there's 2 of these that you get in the set. This is the smaller of the 2. So you get large flowers and small flowers. And I'm just going to stick those on this vanilla piece and send those through like that. All right, so I've cut all that stuff out. Now let's do our stamping and our coloring. I'm going to take the white piece here, and I have this, which is really supposed to be the flowers that are the 2-step part of the stamp. I've buried my stamp set already. So if you see, there's some flowers, a flower stem set, and these kind of go over the top. We're going to use it for a background. It kind of reminds me of the droplet background that we currently have on online exclusives. But if you don't have that, you can easily get the same effect with this stamp set. So I have Lemon Lolly, which is a really light color, right? It's not so light when you're going for a light card. So the first time I made this card, I did it full strength, and I was like, that looks fluorescent, because I wanted a light color. So you're going to take this, you're going to stamp it once on scrap paper. And see, that is, especially on plain white paper, it was just so bright. I was like, that is not the look I'm going for. So just stamp off every time. And then you're just going to kind of make these all be different heights. So stamp off. And another thing you want to make sure that you do is kind of flip them back and forth. So that one I did this direction. Now I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to go kind of long. I'm going to do another half. I fill that back in. It's still pretty, it's not as bright, but it's not as quite as pastel as it was going to be in my head when I stamped it. I think we need, who remembers Barely Banana? That was the color I needed, was Barely Banana. So there we have it. If you want to add a little bit more going down, you can. So I'm going to stamp this off, put one about right here. So now we have it going a little further down. It's a really pretty background. But you can see that this, it was just like, oh, there's polka dots back there. I wanted it to be a subtle effect. Let's color these in. So we have the 2 flowers here. This is done. We're not doing anything to that. We're not doing anything to the sentiment. But I wanted to show you how these came out. So there's a couple of different ways you can use this die. One is the way we're going to use it now. So we have all these flowers. Knock them all out. And I'm going to actually use the flowers. And like I said, there is a larger one and a smaller one. How many are still in there too? This one and that one. The other thing you can do is cut a straight piece of this and layer this on a card, and then you could add embellishments or something, or you could even make smaller versions of. So there's several different ways that you can use this, and I can't wait to explore some of those a little further. For this, we are going to color in using our Wink of Stella because it's back and you can use copious amounts of it. I made my swaps, which I will be filming for the upcoming Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And I used a whole one, a brand new one, and I colored so much I used the whole one. And I didn't panic because you can order them again. They were not gone because of Stampin' Up! They were gone because of supply issues. So I'm just going to put this in here. There's nothing more happy for me than a brand new Wink of Stella. So this was the one I opened after I used up the other one. And then if you watched whatever it was, I did get to throw one away after I filmed because it was pretty dry. And if it's not painting well, then throw it out and get another one. I had made myself keep using them because of the fact that we couldn't get them for a while. So I'm going to do about half of these in the Lemon Lolly. So I'll do 4 and just brush this on. It is a great way to also clean off my brush. So that one ends up being more sparkly because most of the Lemon Lolly is gone. Now let's get our Pretty in Pink, which is one of the new colors. So remember, you can get free new colors by joining my team, or you can get a free beige by buying the in colors, and I will send you the beige for free. So you have choices. And you have a couple of days to think about it because I have let you know ahead of time. I will not be here in my office the week that the catalog goes live. Anybody who is on the Stampin' Up! Trip will not be. So it's a little tricky. It's been almost more than my head can take trying to get everything worked out ahead of time. It's a really busy week for me to be gone, as it is for all the other girls on the trip. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what I need to do. But if you try to get a hold of me, I am going to do a little bit of work on the catalog launch day. But I won't be answering emails or phone calls or anything because I earned this vacation and I want to enjoy it, right? So, but if you are one of the people who call or text or email me orders and I put them in for you, I'll still do that on Wednesday only. So you have to have it to me before I leave the country. So it has to be to me before I'm out of the office on Friday. And then I'm going to organize all those so they're easier to put in. The pink, I'm going to add some on here so it's a little bit brighter before it all comes off at the end. See, that one's barely pink. I forgot to color the inside of my flower, so now the barely pink one can get a little bit more. And then we're going to go to the Smoky Slate, which is the color that I stamped in, and that will be our leaves. On my other one, I still had a little bit of pink on the brush, and I kind of liked it like that, but this one will probably, I think I used most of it off. I always, once I know what the card's going to look like, then when I film, it happens in a different order than when I originally create a card. I like the way the Smoky Slate gives this the subtle look that I was going for. This really needs to be squeezed again. You can see when it starts to get a little dry, you can see the brush lines, but I'm not going to squeeze it with that much left to paint. You just make it work. Isn't that fun? Pretty colors. Now let's just put this together. So I am going to use, I don't think this suite has ribbon. This is, if you're in Card Club, we're going to use the white in June. So you'll get the white of this, no, May, in your May Card Club. It comes in a set like this. So if you're in Card Club fairly soon, sometime in the summer, we will use the petal pink. But for this time, we're going to use the white. And you can see it has this really pretty texture on it. So I'm just going to tie a little ribbon. Tie a little bow. It's a little bit more solid. It isn't shiny. Like when I looked at it before I had it, I thought it was going to be like shiny and maybe a little bit more on the soft side than it is. It's a sturdy ribbon. It's not heavy, but it's got some weight to it. Now let's just stick all this stuff together. So we're going to start with, where's my adhesive? Because I know I'm going to have stuff stuck here, I'm going to sheet. Got a little something from we'll hope that gets covered up there. We'll cover it up right there. Stick this here. And then I'm gonna do my ribbon so the bow goes right over the top of that part. You just want enough to kind of tack it into place. My bow's prettier on this side, but yeah, we'll make it fit. Bows are funny like that. There's always one side that tends to be prettier than the other side. Go ahead and have this ready to stick on the card. So this is to tack it in place, and then this is to hold it in place. If you're in Card Club and you haven't seen, I'm filming Card Club for this month right after I do this project. But we are going to use, I think it's called Mediterranean Citrus. It's the orange and lemons is what we will be using in May. If you're interested in joining my online Card Club, then you can go check out the details on my website. It's on every blog post. It'll take you to the link. Let's add this here. And then, I don't remember if I did I've taken my glasses off, so now I can't really see the card, but it's easier for me to color without my glasses on. I don't remember if I did this. I think I did raise it up. So I have this here. And you can see I'm not pressing down until I know for sure it's where I want the things. That looks good. So I'm going to press those down. Now for this, it looks like it has a dimensional, but I know it's because it's on top of the ribbon. It was kind of an afterthought. I wanted to put a different, one of the labels on here, but they didn't fit in this spot. So we went with the circle. And the Your Blessing just fits on it, so you're good. Now let's switch to our two-way glue. Or not two-way, it's our fine tip. So let's do one. We have 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that will do all of our little flowers. I'm going to grab my sticky tip, because it will also grab this stuff. Make sure I kind of get some of both colors scattered around. So if you've only used this for an embellishment picker-upper, look, you can use it for these little guys. Oops. Remember, I said that the embellishments for this suite won't be available, but that's okay because I didn't really go with this card anyway. There are in color embellishments, and this doesn't have, it has the pretty in pink, so I could have used all of those, but I want to use them for all of the centers of my flowers. So when I'm going to do that, I tend to do something where there's more of one color, because the other one has 5 colors, and if I'm going to use 8 on 2 cards, that's 16 if my embellishment's gone of one color. This way, there's 160. I can make tons of cards. And these are the basic gray and smoky slate pearls. So we'll use a couple of both colors. I'm just going to use the smaller ones because they tend to fit a little bit better on the flowers. So I know some of you are cringing because you're like, that's too many embellishments. Here's my theory on embellishments. I buy them to make my cards look beautiful and to make whoever gets them be happy that they just got a beautiful card. I don't buy my embellishments to save for that really special project because they're all special. I know some of you have a ton of embellishments over in your drawers, and then when you go to open them, it no longer makes you happy. It makes you feel like, oh my goodness, I have so many embellishments. So in Card Club, we always use a lot because they get embellishments every month in Card Club. So you have plenty. And I've made this card now twice, and I've made other cards using them. And look how many I still have. Oops, I just shouldn't be talking while I do this. Squish that right off the table. These are my two favorite tips for the take your pick. The little scoopy and then the picker upper. But I still have this many. You have plenty of embellishments in this one. 160. You could put 10 on 16 cards. So I put 8, so I could make more than 16 cards. Then one last thing, I like to have a little bit of fill in these, especially if you have smudged it or you feel like there's a little piece of glue or something on it. So I'm just going to take my Pretty in Pink, blend, and just add a little bit of speckle to it. And it kind of just fills in that white area. I don't want it everywhere, so I just kind of kept it in an intentional line. But look how pretty this is. I loved, if you watched my seashell card, you saw me get that all over my hands. I love the pastel of this. It would be a nice sympathy card. You could easily swap that out. It's not too fancy for a sympathy card. It could be for a shower. It could be for Mother's Day. It could be just because. There's a lot of reasons that you can use this card. So make sure you're on my email list. You can join my team, get the free class. You can get the free colors, or you can get a free beige pad and all of the other. I'm going to have more specials May 1st through 4th. So make sure to check out my website and be on my email list, and then you'll know it all. Have a great one. Bye.